Internet, can you hear me? This is ground control to Major Internet. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Thursday Showcase. We are going to be playing Nintendo games tonight. The old Nintendo Entertainment System. Okay, I'll look into that. Oh shit, a Doug Trio. Hang on, guys. Priorities. I'm gonna put the music back on because I gotta catch this motherfucker. I apologize. But I was just about to put my tablet away and focus on the stream. And there's a fucking Doug trio. And I'm gonna run out of balls. Seriously, I haven't even hit it once. It's being a little asshole. Okay, so tonight we are playing Nintendo Entertainment System games. This Doug trio is killing me. Stop headbanging. God damn it. It's going to be a little more structured than it was last time. I've set aside 10 games. I don't know if I mentioned, but Wursel was the one who said I should do Nintendo. So I'm doing Nintendo. We're going to start with Captain Skyhawk, which is made by Rare, published by Milton Bradley. Certainly not their best game, but far from their worst. I caught the Doug trio with my very last ball, by the way. Fucking high stakes shit. Alright. You see the Doug trio?
Yeah. It hasn't popped up, though. It's popped up for you?
Yeah, I had to use all my balls to catch it.
Balls. Oh, your balls.
Yep. It's on Magic Corner.
Oh, okay. That's weird. I just have a Rattata. It might have left already.
I don't know.
It's okay. I have one.
Well, blah-de-da.
I'm gonna head out, I think.
Okay, sounds good.
And let you stream.
Thanks. Maybe we'll see you on later.
Maybe. I get any.
What? I can't what did you say? You can't get any shake?
Get any. Yeah.
Oh.
There's a strawberry stuck in there.
Indiscreet is here with a diagonal face. I don't know what that's for. Ronnie says hi, Earn.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, bye.
Indiscreet, I'm going to do that TurboGrafx showcase next week because I talked to Apisha Pants and she said that 9 o'clock was too late for y'all, so I'm going to try and do it in the afternoon next Thursday for you. Alright, so this is Captain Skyhawk. It's an isometric shooter, kind of. Like, it honestly reminds me a lot of like Cobra Triangle in a lot of ways because every level has different objectives and whatnot. But it's a really high-stakes game, because if you get hit once, you're pretty much dead. So, like so. That is the lady. Basically the wife, yeah. The other problem with this game is that the bullets are the same color as your ship. Like, everything in this game is like a bright, vibrant color, but the bullets are silver, and your plane is silver, and so if there's an enemy like right under you that shoots, it can be really hard to detect that they've shot you. But I like this game. It can be a little repetitive. It can be challenging because of the whole dying in one hit business. But I also don't feel that it's very unfair. I've finished this game on more than one occasion, so it's doable. That's right. Indiscreet can only talk in emoji. I forgot about that. DK Country is better. Yeah, that's true. But that's not a Nintendo game, and it's not underappreciated, so it wouldn't be on this stream tonight. This is the second stage. There's a lot of stages like this in this game. They're very Afterburner-esque, which is a good thing if you like Afterburner. Afterburner is not my favorite game. I find it frustrating, and for a lot of the same reasons, these stages can be very frustrating. So, still, like I said, I like this game. It's one that I played a lot as a kid. And one that I still enjoy to this day. Because there is some variety to it. Rare's always been very good at that. They've always been very good at, like, sort of, especially in the NES era. But also with games like Donkey Kong Country 3 or even Blast Corps or Banjo-Tooie, they and Conker's Bad Fur Day is another game that fits that mold as well, where there's just like so much variety to the levels that it stays fresh. Think Battletoads. Would I say I'm after burned out? No, I would not. I would never say that. Alright. We're gonna upgrade our cannon. And we're gonna buy some missiles. This game, I don't think this game has fake VR. I'm trying to think of what game you're thinking of. Because there are some games on the NES that use 3D glasses. Rare did develop... No, they did, No, that's right. They did Nightmare on Elm Street for LJN, and Atlas did Friday the 13th. It's either that or it's the other way around. But yeah, they were the very quiet developers of that game. Alright, mission 2. We gotta drop supplies in the crosses. This is usually a pain in the ass. Usually. But so our goal in this game is basically to blow up these 4 shield generators and then go inside the space and blow it up for reasons that I don't really recall. It was the 80s. The Russians probably had something to do with it. The Soviets. Alright, we got it. Getting those supplies in those crosses can really suck. And having to loop a level more than once can be very dangerous because, again, everything kills you in one hit. And so, the more time you spend in a level, the more likely it is you're going to die to something cheap and stupid. Alright, we got it. Yeah, Rare did not make nothing but good games. Like, they had a lot of games that were, we'll say, not good. But some people still like them. I know a lot of people who are really fond of Nightmare on Elm Street, actually. I don't know if I said I know a lot of people. What I meant to say is I know some people who are very fond of that game. Which is cool. It's certainly not for me, because I don't find the game very fun, and I also am not a fan of the movie series. I imagine having both of those is sort of prerequisite for really still playing the game. But I'm sure that in the 80s, a lot of people played the game because they liked the movie a lot. I think a big thing for people to remember, or to consider when playing these old games, if they did not when they were younger, is that video games were expensive, and you couldn't like look online and see, you know, how good a game was, or what people think about it, or watch someone play through it. You just kind of had to. Ooh, that was close. You just kind of had to guess, and so if something was based off of something that you already liked, then that was actually kind of a safe bet in a way. Not really, but it seemed that way, because you'd be like, oh yeah, well I like Back to the Future, so I'm going to buy the Back to the Future game, because I don't know what any of these games are. But this one has Back to the Future, and I know what that is. I did not read what the objectives were for this level, so it's really fast. It's a really fast stage. I've upgraded my Vulcan cannon here to full strength, so now I can just hold the button down and get this nice rapid fire effect, which will probably sound annoying after too long. Another weird thing about this game is that you saw when I started this level, it was going very quickly. By merit of me dying, the game speed slowed down. And so there is sort of like a nice little curve. Like, the game will cut you some slack if you're having a hard time. But to go back to my earlier point, like, I think a lot of people played games like A Nightmare on Elm Street, and some fondly reminisce over it, and some don't. But it's just a matter of it being a licensed game, a name that people recognize, that people played it more so than, you know, a review in Nintendo Power, which weren't always reliable, or, you know, actually seeing the back of the box, because that was the thing that really, in that era, you did not get the opportunity to do most times. Like, we would buy our games from Toys R Us, where you'd have like a little laminated placard with the game's front cover on it, and then you'd pull out the paper slip and you take it to this kiosk desk where basically a gatekeeper held all the really cool video games, and they would go pull it off a shelf and hand it to you after you'd paid for it. So the amount of information you had going into a game purchase prior to actually making that purchase was minimal at best. But that made for some really interesting discoveries too, where you know, it meant that the box art needed to really be stellar. I imagine a lot of people bought a game like Low G Man for the NES, which has virtually non-existent box art. Whereas if it had had really cool box art, it might have sold better under those circumstances, because, you know, your parents would say, okay, let's go buy a game, and you go to Toys R Us, and you'd have about like 5 minutes probably before they'd get sick of your shit and just pick one. So you had to make those picks count, and the end result is that you end up playing a lot of games that you probably wouldn't have found because the box looked cool, and that's all that you knew. These space station docking levels are really not challenging. If you lose a life in these, it's kind of humiliating, because all you gotta do is line up with the slot here, and then hit the B button as soon as it sort of syncs up with your jet. Alright, my cannon is already maxed out. We got enough Phoenix missiles. We're gonna finish buying our Mavericks and stock up on Hawk bombs, and now we just stockpile money, basically. We have these missiles that we can use when the going gets tough. And all we're going to do, really, is shoot stuff and earn money. So in this stage, we have to pick up a scientist who is at the end of the level, if I recall. And he is behind a boss also, if I recall. Shit. That was a dumb mistake. You really don't want to cross back over an enemy after you've crossed them once. If you're gonna strafe an enemy, which is pretty much the safest way to kill something in this game, you strafe it once, you wait for it to shoot, and then you strafe back if you have time. But if you strafe once and miss, like, just don't go that direction until you've passed it, or until it's fired off a shot, because that is the best way to get yourself killed. You have continues available to you in this game. They are limited. I think you get 3 of them. But as I said, it's really not... Oh yeah, the weird Illuminati turrets. Wee guy, that is a... Oh, I just killed myself. Alright, we'll finish up this stage and then we'll switch games. Wee guy, I know why you're hosting me, man. I'm playing your jams tonight. We're playing some NES games that I feel did not get the love that they deserve, and still don't. Captain Skyhawk is a bit of a stretch, because I do like this game, but I don't think that it's like... I would never be like, oh man, if you're going to play Nintendo games, you gotta play Captain Skyhawk. But some of the games we're gonna touch on tonight are games that I genuinely feel that way about. So I'm excited to show you guys some cool stuff. And then I'll be uploading these onto YouTube afterwards as well. I think this is a series that I do kind of want to chronicle long term. So these will be available for people. Next week we're going to do a TurboGrafx showcase, which we're going to do a little bit differently, because while so far we've been kind of focusing on games that people probably should have played and probably didn't. The TurboGrafx is a system that people didn't play, so we're gonna be playing sort of the most popular, the killer apps, in my opinion, for the TurboGrafx next week. Nice touch, nice touch, nice on. Nice shot. Thank you, Wii Guy, for the host, and thank you, all those Wii Guy raiders, for joining tonight's stream. I am MisterRadon. Dajashi Twitch. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the internet. I am a variety streamer. I normally play retro games. I have a list of the games that I am working on right now, located underneath the stream window if you are on my channel page. We're going to be playing through Mega Man 2 tomorrow. Probably it's going to take me a little over an hour. And then after that, we're going to be doing some more streaming this weekend as well. Maybe. I'm kind of busy, unfortunately. Got a lot of plans. But I do want to get through Super Mario Kart as well. And then go back to things like Streets of Rage. Gradian123, thank you for the follow. A games you shouldn't have played showcase. I don't want to do one of those. I did that the other night when I busted out the 3DO. Nice touch. Alright, I think I still have all my missiles. I don't think I used any. Yeah, I just started. Oh, I love Adventures of Lolo. That is a game that I enjoy. Sacrificial Toast, what's up? I skipped the screen again. I'm assuming this is a supply drop mission. It's either a supply drop mission or it's a blow up the shield generator mission. And the way we can tell probably is whether or not there are Sphinx statues. If I remember right, if you see a Sphinx statue, that means that a supply drop is about to come. That's this game's subtle way of telling you to drop a thing in a crate, because all UNICEF drops are held at the Sphinx in Egypt. Fun fact if you guys didn't know that. So yeah, this looks like a Destroy the Shield generator map. Godzilla is approaching the generator. Oh, I flew into a mountain. These purple mountains' majesty just took out Captain Skyhawk. Mountains 1, Skyhawk 0. Oh, I said I was just going to finish up level 4 and then switch games. See, I do like this game because I said that and I'm like, okay, cool, I did it. And I'm playing, and I'm playing, and I'm playing. But it's been about 20 minutes of Skyhawk action, so... Oh, boss fight. Alright. Alright, we're gonna kill this guy. It's the same as all the other ones. It is literally no different. All the shield generator fights are like this. I think just the bullets get faster. Okay. So let's move on to our second game of the night. And this is one that I have some very strong feelings about, guys. We are going to play Street Fighter 2010, the final fight. Now, I know, you've heard about this game. You've heard it's a piece of shit. It's no good. Maybe you played it once. And you thought, this is dumb. I'm here to tell you guys that if you put in a little bit of time, if you put in like an hour into this game, Street Fighter 2010 is really, really good. It's got good music. It's got a stupid plot. It has a little background. Let's start with a little background on Street Fighter 2010. But the real problem with this game is that the objectives are unclear and the controls are complicated. Now, I'm generally of the opinion that the more complicated your controls are, probably the better the game will be. Not bad controls, just complex. But when you learn how to play this game, it's really fun. And it doesn't take too long to beat, even if you're bad at it. My blind play through this game took about 5 hours, which is not terrible for a Nintendo game, in my opinion. We're going to talk about Cyboplasm a lot. But it really has nothing to do with Street Fighter. But the main character's name is Ken, which complicates things. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm going to show you guys a little bit about the controls. There's some maneuvers that oh, can I? No, I can't. Okay. Yeah, basically, Dajashi, that's what's going on here, is that, you know, people see Street Fighter and they're like, oh, I don't own a Super Nintendo, I'm going to get this game. Or like, I didn't know they made Street Fighter the Nintendo. And they play it, and yeah. So, like I said, the objectives are a little unclear in this game. Here we see that Ken, who looks kind of like Sonic Blast Man, has to destroy the red armor from Ghosts and Goblins. We're going to teleport in, and we can move around. We've got a neutral B, we've got an up B, we've got a forward B, and a down B, which attacks upwards. That can be a little confusing to deal with. But you can grab walls, you can blow stuff up, and really at the early parts of these stages, what you're trying to do is find the power-ups before the boss shows up, which he just did. So we're going to keep looking for power-ups. Try not to die. I'm probably going to die, though. Right, we got our first power-up. Movement is just very fluid in this game, actually. Like, once you get used to it, you can do a lot as far as, like, grabbing walls and flipping off of platforms, grabbing ledges, and pulling yourself up. Nah. Should have known better. We got a little bit of life back, though. Your biggest enemy in this game is the clock. You can run out of life pretty quickly, but you can also grind for resources pretty reliably. Alright, once you beat the boss, you open up a portal. You gotta grab the portal before you run out of time. And now we gotta fight this sort of grape ape looking character. But like I said, this is a game that I actually like a lot. I don't think it's the best game out there. But I think the biggest problem people have with this game is just not being patient with it and not really figuring out what the game wants the player to do. Okay, this is... Oh yeah, he's got a grappling hook. We run into this guy a lot later on in the game. He's one of those bosses turned regular enemy guys. Damn it. Do a barrel roll. I don't know how to do a barrel. Can you do a barrel roll? I know that there's moves that I'm not doing that you gain access to by getting power-ups, and I just don't remember what the commands are. It's been a long time. Okay, we've got that cool, like, flip over them, shoot. Which for a Nintendo game looks pretty badass, like, let's be honest. Being able to jump over an enemy and shoot them in the head as you flip over them, pretty cool looking. Damn it. RoboCop 2 took me 3 hours to beat and had literally the worst platforming I've ever experienced. And I've never played RoboCop 2. Though you're not really selling me on it. I don't know if I want to. There we go. The game seems really difficult, but they give you 5 lives per continue. You have infinite continues. You do die. You do lose your weapon upgrade when you die. That is unfortunate. But the game is very lenient as far as where you continue from. So as long as you have the patience to kind of grind this game out, Mighty366, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the internet. These auto-showing levels are the worst. Music is great, though. Very reminiscent of like late Mega Man, like Mega Man 5. Oh, I'm gonna die. I took too long and now I'm dead. But I did get a power up first. Ugh. H Waters 2, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the internet. I've decided to call my stream viewers the internet. Because I always start my streams off by saying hello internet. So Ronnie is an internet. We are all an internet unto ourselves. One internet, please. Alright. We really gotta get up here as quickly as possible. Get that guy out of the way. I'd love to stay and pick up some power-ups. But alright, we got our second upgrade. Then we got a lot of range on our Hadouken? Sure, Hadouken. One internet. Look at that range. Ow. We're gonna get on the ground, we're gonna kick this guy. Because that kick does a lot of damage. It's a little slow, but the attack angle is pretty convenient for most boss fights. That was stupid. Also stupid. Don't worry, guys. I really packed the stupid into these streams. Still pulled it off. And now we're inside of a weird abstract painting. We have to kill enough of these frogmen to pick up these portal generators. And now that the portal is open, we can ignore them and say, later, nerds. Stop it! Oh, that was dumb. I was meant to jump down. And instead, I climbed back up into his loving arms. Alright, we're gonna finish up Planet 1 and then we'll probably change games again. I got 10 games for you guys tonight. Burning through them a little quicker than I thought, but some will take more time to fully explore than others. The thing about Street Fighter 2010 is, like, there is variety in the levels. There's the auto-scrolling sections, there's the single-screen fights, and then there's these stages where you've got some room to maneuver, but that's pretty much what the game has to offer. Some of the later stages can get a little more inventive. Do I think Street Fighter 2010 is harder than Ninja Gaiden 3 or vice versa? It's a good question, H. Waters. I gotta think about that. Because I beat Street Fighter 2010 first. Not first. No? Did I do it first? I think I did do it first. Bean, you haven't missed much, man. We've only been live for about a half an hour. I would say that Street Fighter is easier if we're talking American versions, because Infinite Continues, all that really means is that you have to be patient. If you want to win this game, you just got to grind it out. Ninja Gaiden 3 American has the limited continues, and so there's a lot of dying and restarting and getting used to the game. Once you do get used to the game, I would say that Ninja Gaiden is the easier of the two. I think that it's easier to be more consistent with Ninja Gaiden 3 than it is with this game. But for someone trying to beat the game for the first time, Street Fighter is easier. Alright, so we got a little cutscene here. And then we're going to switch games, I believe. What are we switching to after this? Ah, yes! A game that people have heard me preach the Bible of many, 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 many times. I think in this stage we have to kill the little floating guys. Yeah, so this is what Planet 2 looks like. It's the same stuff, really. Except in this stage we have to kill the flying guys, collect the portal generators from them. Similar stuff, you know? You got the gist of it. Like I said, this is a game that a lot of people like to badmouth, and I think they need to stop, because I think this game is very good. I think the level of control is pretty unique for the NES. It's responsive, it's fun, it's a little challenging, but it's a good use of a couple hours. All right, so if you guys are here from Austin's stream, you know that I finally got him to play this after bugging him for like a month. This is Kickmaster. If you've played Kickmaster, you're probably really excited right now. If you haven't played Kickmaster, you're like, that sounds dumb. This is a game that I rented as a kid and immediately fell in love with. Immediately fell in love with this game. This is another game for me that, like, the level of control you get in this game is so satisfying. And it's got good music, it's got a pretty decent presentation, the colors are a little washed out, but the gameplay is fun, and there's a layer of depth to it. It's not too hard. So it's very Castlevania-esque, but it doesn't really provide the same challenge that a Castlevania game would. Basically, in Kickmaster, you play a wizard who kicks people. He uses Kickomancy. And you play through, I think, 8 levels. You can level up, you can learn new moves. The first stage music, The Witch's Forest, is mwah, so good. So the trick is really learning what kick is the best kick for each situation. So to start, I've got the standing kick, I've got an up kick, I've got a crouch kick, I've got a jump kick. And I think that's all I really have initially to work with. But as I kill enemies and pick up these crests, I gain experience, and each time I gain a level, I gain access to a new, more powerful kick. So we're going to try and gain a couple levels. I'm going to play this game for a little bit longer than I've played, because I did Captain Skyhawk and Street Fighter in about 30 minutes, which is twice as fast as I told myself I would go at the very least. So Kickmaster is a game that I love very dearly, and so we're going to play it a little bit longer. Alright. You also get upgrades along the way. So I found the Bouncing Bulb Spirit, and this is sort of like a Castlevania sub-weapon. So what I can do is I can open up my menu here and turn on my Bouncing Bulb, and you can see that appears at the bottom of the screen. You also see that I have an MP meter that is currently at 60 out of 100. So if I press select, my little option guy here shoots a little fireball. Very helpful. And as long as I have the MP to do it, I can do it. And you gain MP from killing enemies, every enemy drops 3 items when you kill it, and sometimes the items are bad. There's poison in there, there's experience, there's life up, and depending on your timing, you can start getting as many as all 3. No, this was released in North America, Futus. This is a 1991 Taito game. And so late 90s Taito, they didn't really print a lot of copies of their games. So this can be difficult to find. It's a little up there in price. But I really think this is one of the most fun. It's short and it's easy, but it's one of the most fun experiences on the NES. It's one of my favorites. This is one of those games that I just don't shut up about. People who know me know that, like, if we're talking Nintendo games, I'm gonna bring up Star Tropics. I'm probably gonna bring up Kickmaster. Alright, we're just gonna use our bouncing bulb here and finish off our floating ghost witch, which is available at your local Arby's for $4.99. Arby's, we have the ghost meats. Yeah, the stream frame rate's unfortunate. There's a lot of flickering in this game. I will say that you're alright about that, Sacrificial Toast. There's a lot of sprites on screen at all time, and so they just decided that they were just going to make everything flicker. So, yeah, it's probably not going to look super great on my stream because I do stream at 30 frames per second because of my poor computer. Another interesting thing about this game is that your health stays from level to level. Very different approach compared to most games. So sometimes you'll win a close fight and you'll be like, oh, I barely made it. But you didn't, because your health didn't refill. Alright, we got our first new kick, which I need to find. I think it's the head stomp. Yeah, so we got this knee drop now. So if I jump and press down and B in the air, I can do this knee drop and just destroy my opponents. It's very satisfying. Alright, get some free experience. And we died, but that's okay. There's a lot of lives. There's passwords. Like, this game wants you to beat it. Alright, we got our knee drop again. Which keeps us very safe. It puts the hitbox before the hurtbox, which in a game like this where you have very limited sort of attack range, is a good thing. So, out of you guys who are all out there, who's played this before? And do you like it as much as I do? And if you haven't played this before, what do you think? Sacrificial Toast wants to be a Kickomancer. Man, Kickomancy is the school you want to be in. Like, I don't know about that Hufflepuff shit. I know which Sorting Hat JCVD would want. I don't know about Harry Potter, you guys. I'm just parroting things because I've never read or watched a Harry Potter in my life. Oh, that was... How did I do that? Alright, we're halfway to the next level, which means that we're halfway to the next kick. I should have used the up kick there. This is another one of those games where, like in Street Fighter, you hold down to attack up. And in this game, you hold up to attack up, so... Like, it makes sense, but I'm not used to doing that after just playing Street Fighter, so... Yeah, if you guys don't love this game as much as me, that is probably a normal response. But everyone's got their pet games. And this is one of mine. Yeah, it's a platformer with some RPG elements. It's really at its core a platformer, though, for sure. Ow. Ow. We got another extra life, so we're good. I want my next kick. I need to practice my kickomancy. Kicksylvania. Kicksylvania is definitely, yeah. Alright, we got a new kick, which I need to remember how to do. We got our slide kick. So we hold down forward and we get this really good, strong lateral movement slide kick. It puts us a little bit at risk, but if you want to go fast in this game, slide kick is how you're going to do it. Alright, I'm going to die to this thing. Wolf Cloud. Yeah. That is fine. See, B, and I disagree. I think that the RPG elements in Double Dragon made that game much more interesting than had it just been a straight arcade port. And for that reason, I actually prefer the NES version to the original arcade. It gives me something more to do than just punch guys. Getting access to new abilities the longer I play a game is something that, like, really... Like, I know a lot of people who hated the Dreamcast port of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because of all the unlocking you had to do, all the grinding, but, like, I wouldn't have played that game as much as I did if they just gave me everything from the start. So, having to unlock stuff was important for me. Just knee drop a wolf. Although I don't know if I'm doing damage. I know I'm killing these things, but are they what I'm supposed to be killing, or am I supposed to be hitting her in the face? There we go. You have found the twin power magic. Twin power. Hope I do 4 or 5 levels of this game and then we'll switch it up to something else. Belzed's first stronghold. Belzeds and Belzeds. Alright, let's try a different magic. Is this the healing magic? Yep, healing magic is useful. Someone wants to look that up for me. What the Japanese title of Kickmaster was. I'm sure it's something weird. Kick Sensei. That's probably not true, is it? Ah, poisoned. It wasn't even released in Japan? Really? That's surprising. I wonder why. Alright, we've hit level 3, we've got a new kick to play with. Here we go. We've got this cool, like, jump kick. So it does allow me to hit enemies who are slightly above me. I can also do it in air. It's a very powerful attack. And we just do that by pressing up, forward, and kick. You know, the more I'm learning about him, Ken Lobb was a really cool dude who knew how to make video games fun. Oh no, in a bottomless pit. JK, treasure room. You have found the question mark magic. This magic will question mark. Okay? Alright, H. Waters, well, you have a good day at work. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you for the follow. And a million kisses to you and yours. Some magic back. We got this guy. We're just gonna slide kick right past. I don't have the magic to heal myself, but I got the kick. I got the kicks in me, guys. I am full of kicks. Damn, I almost beat that boss. Yep, the clob is from Ken Lobb. Hey, buddy. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the platform... Double Dragon's engine was not really meant for platforming. Especially in, like, Double Dragon 2 and Double Dragon 3, where there are whole levels built around the platforming. Like, yeah, there are parts in Double Dragon 1 where you have to make a jump, and it's shitty, and no one likes it. But in 2 and 3, they, like, have entire levels built around the jump. And it's frustrating, and you will lose precious, precious lives no matter how good you are, unless you're really good. Alright, so you see I've kind of gotten my groove. There was poison there, but when you get your timing right, you can kind of knee drop right on top of an enemy, and then sort of make a circle jump and actually get all 3 pickups when they die, which helps you level up very quickly. Unless you get hit out of the way by a shitty Wizrobe. Yeah, that's right, I called you shitty. That's weird. Life up 2 magic. Yeah. So the weird thing about this game is that you can bypass certain magics, I think, to take different routes, because when you grab a new spell, you get teleported to a different part of the map, I think. Maybe it just pushes you forward. But you've seen multiple times already where I will grab an item and then be not where I was when I grabbed the item, so there's a bit of decision making that goes into whether or not to pick up an item in what order. Well, Japan is missing out because Kickmaster guys. No, I will not be quiet. Alright, we got another new kick. If I remember right, this is where you start getting like aerial kicks. Oh yeah, we've got, okay. Our basic kick has been replaced with this roundhouse. I think that's what changed. Maybe? I don't know. The manual actually does tell you the commands for all of your kicks. So this is a game that I do recommend looking at the manual before you get into playing it. Steven Seagal is my sheriff. Or was. I don't know if he still is. So yeah, me and Steven know what's up. We got a new item. You have found the Pulse Wave Spirit. I don't really use magic when I play this game. I probably should to showcase more of what you can do. But I just like knee-dropping shit. Plus, if I had a lot of MP right now, I would definitely showcase some of the spells, but I don't. So here's a level where you can kind of grind a little bit. I think these guys sort of infinitely spawn. So if you really want... No, maybe they don't. But there's a lot of them. Let me in. Yeah, there we go. It's not Spellmaster. That's right. This game's about kicks, goddammit. Can I get the high ground here? High ground seems like it'd be nice to have. Or we can just do that. That's working out pretty well. Got him. Alright, we're about to reach level 5. Like I said, not a challenging game. Maybe having passwords is a little overkill, but it is welcome. You know, if you just want to relax and take this game a little bit at a time, that option is available to you, which is, you know, 2016. That's a luxury, man. I really don't remember what the later level kick commands are. I think it's like you hold a direction and then you let go of kick. I don't know. If anyone wants to pull up the manual real quick or like a walkthrough, tell me what the commands for stages or for levels 4 and 5 are, I will show those moves off. Hey baby, what's cracking? Damn. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I said that when I started this game, is that the colors are kind of washed out. Like, it's not the best color scheme. Oh, there we go. Look at that flying kick. So that's one of my new kicks, is this really weird-looking flying kick. Yeah, we got the double front kick. We picked that one up on level 3. B left or right. Yeah, okay. There we go. The whip lightning magic. Austin's live right now? I didn't get a notification. Weird. Alright, I'm going to show off the whip lightning magic if I have the MP for it, and then I think we're going to be done, because, like I said, this game's kind of short, and we're already pretty close to beating it, and I don't want to beat it. Tonight, Laser Light Show. Maybe I'll show you guys, like, one more kick. I'll get the level 6 kick. We won't get kicked again. Oh, thanks, buddy. Gotta get down there. Yeah, there we go. Secret zone. You have found the force shield magic. because it's got that same sort of like, I don't know. Okay, so we got this crazy, guys. Look at what's happening here. Just look at. Oh, you can't. You can't. He's doing this weird like air split hurricane kick. He's doing an upside down spinning bird kick. Like, why? Why are you doing that, Kickmaster? Alright, that's enough Kickmaster. Great game. I really suggest you guys play it if you're itching for a good classic 8-bit platformer. It's got a lot of neat elements. It's not challenging. It's just something you can kind of blow through in a couple hours. You can piece it out with passwords or save states, however you want to do it. Kickmaster. It's a good game. We're going to move on to our fourth game of the night now. Oh, there's my notification for Austin going live. Fourth game of the night is a bit of a weird one. This one, it took me some time to realize that I liked this game because it was sitting on my shelf for a long time and I didn't really like it. But then I sat down and tried to beat it, and this is Isolated Warrior, made by Vape Lords. Yeah, it's an isometric with a frowny face little guy there with a really big gun. It's an isometric shooter. It reminds me a lot of, like, if Konami phoned a game in, it would have been this game. Like, there's a lot of elements, both musically and gameplay-wise, of a Konami game. But I find it pretty fun. It's a little unforgiving, but it too has a password system. One of the big problems being that if you have to continue in this game, you can't get the best ending. I'm not surprised that we guy played this a couple days ago. I think he and I have talked about this game before. You have two different weapons, which you level up independently. You change them by pressing select. So you've got this forward-firing laser, or L, and you've got a wide shot, or W. And the more power-ups you pick up, the stronger they get. Gun that doesn't shoot forward is the one that you want to level up early when the game is still easy, because it is very good when it gets to max strength. But so is this one. I think actually, like, in terms of, like, wide shot is what you want to use to learn the game with, and then you want to use this sort of focus shot when you're a little more comfortable with the game's mechanics. There's also a screen-clearing bomb. I just walked into a wall and died. I'm trying to remember. I think it's both buttons at the same time. Yeah, and you get this nice little screen clear bomb, which you can stockpile up. We're going to try and get one of our guns looking a little more impressive here. Alright, so now we got a back shot. Nah, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. So our main laser cannon, we're now can fire behind us, which is very good. Protects us from creeps. The NES Ikari Warriors were pretty similar to the arcade games. I'm trying to think of what game you might be thinking of, though. There's some minor platforming to this game, because you can jump. Falling in a pit will kill you, if I remember right. Yeah, this is an isometric... It's an isometric shmup, because it is an auto-scroller, so I would classify it as a shmup. Alright, we got some more power-ups. See if we can't get to level 3. And yeah, we're at level 3, so our front beam is a little thicker now, a little more powerful. There's also a lot of gross aliens in this game. It's not a very difficult game when you get used to it, but it does get hard around like level 5 is when this game really starts to give me trouble. Alright, we beat stage 1. Captain Max Maverick is the only survivor of the Special Force. There he is, smiling with a weird monkey face. There he is, frowning again. He's so isolated. So there's our code number. That's your password. 5963 to start in the second stage. So now I've got a more faster paced level for stage 2. This is where the wide shot would come in really handy if I didn't screw up my item distribution. But there's a lot of power-ups to pick up in this level anyways. Alright, so there we got a level 3 wide shot. Level 4 now. So on the even number levels, you don't have the ability to shoot forward, which is kind of problematic. But in a stage like this, you can kind of do enough maneuvering to live with it. Also, if you save up your bombs in this game, they get stronger. So like a level 5 bomb is much more powerful than the one that I showed you guys earlier. Alright, we are at max level for our wide shot. So we have a 5-way shot now. And our laser gun is not quite there yet. We're working on it though. It's almost there. This is another game where the color scheme isn't my favorite. There's a lot of purple in this game, which, I don't know. I'm not saying I have anything against purple, I just don't think it really works with the context of this game. There we go. Our weapons are maxed out now. Wisdom Tree games, I feel like they were full price. I think they were $60. Maybe a little more. Let's cover our bases a little bit better here. Alright, now we're going to switch, and we're just going to blast these Contra snakes. Am I mad that these rocket launchers can shoot behind themselves? Yeah, I'm mad about that. I'm not a fan of that. That doesn't make any sense. Isolated warrior, come on. Is he seeing an illusion? Yeah, I'd say giant floating ghost head. Probably an illusion. Zaxxon? Yeah, Zaxxon had definitely played in this perspective. The classic Sega arcade game of never quite feeling like you're about to hit whatever you're shooting at. You can jump over power-ups to pick them up, which is very handy in a stage such as this one. Not that I really need any power-ups right now, aside from life. speed ups are good too, I guess. I can see that. A nice pouty Kenshiro. Oh, took a little damage there. Sometimes the screen doesn't scroll quite as fast as you want it to. And that's part of this game's challenge. Get a life pickup. You can't crash into the wall in this game, so the speed up pickups only affect your movement. I mean, you can crash into walls in this game, but generally it's not a problem. I think there's about to be a really cool effect for the NES here in a second. Yeah. So then our platform here starts doing the wave, the worm wave. Got some more health. Need a shield again too. Good encounter, 8 out of 8. Very challenging. I believe it's the level after this one that gives me the most problems. Pretty sure. Right, we got a boss fight coming up here. Against this giant floating brain inside of a weird head. This is a boss fight that I tend to use a lot of bombs on. Just because there's a lot happening. There's a lot going on in this fight. And it's kind of hard to keep track of for me. So once my health starts running low, I just want to bomb the hell out of it and get this fight over with. Yeah, we're gonna go for a bomb here. And it stretches into oblivion. Max overcomes the illusion. So yeah, story... Oh yeah, fuck this level. Alright. Everything's about to go south. I can't tell you how many times I had to do this level over and over again when I was trying to beat this game. But it is very fast, very responsive. It's a fun level. The problem comes at the end. I will probably get to and then move on to our 5th game. Alright. There's not really a lot more to say about this game. The isometric perspective is kind of refreshing. The controls are mostly responsive, except for the fact that pressing both buttons at the same time causes a bomb to go off, so there's a lot of instances where... Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's not both buttons, it's down and jump. So if you press down and jump at the same time, you get a bomb. So in a situation like this, which is very sort of Turbo Tunnel-esque, where you'll be jumping a lot and moving up and down to try not to fall into a hole, There's a lot of accidental bombs in this level for me. And of course, when you die, you lose your power-ups. That's the other problem, too, is if you're pressing down and jump, you don't jump, you would use a bomb. So if you're trying to move backwards and jump, you have to learn how to do it as two separate commands. Remember when I said this was all going to go downhill? So yeah, that's Isolated Warrior. It's a cool game. The controls, once you get to that part, can get a little frustrating, but it's got a unique perspective, a weird color scheme, but switching two weapons on the fly very seamlessly. It feels kind of like an early Super Nintendo game, and I enjoy playing it. It can frustrate me, but I enjoy playing it. All right, let's move on to game number 5 for the evening. How do you guys feel about that? You guys like game number 5? This is where we're going to get into some import games. I'm going to take a quick break to get some more water. I'll be right back in a minute, and then we will play our first import game of the evening, which is Mech Fight. Be right back, guys. Yeah, Ronnie, this is a pretty late Nintendo game. This is 93. Only released in Japan. And Academics, thank you for following me while I was taking a break. I got you. I see you out there. The best way I can describe this is basically if Nintendo had made balls. Because the characters are sort of just like floating. It's sort of Rayman-esque in designs, where the head is there and the limbs are there. But the animation is pretty fluid as a result of them sort of simplifying the sprites. It plays pretty well for a Nintendo game. Obviously, the NES is not built for fighting games, but this one works pretty well. The plot is basically Mega Man. Scapone is now a war robot. And that is how this violent battle began. You must fight the 7 other robots. Yeah, definitely the Mario 3 percussion. Alright, so I can choose my enemy. We got Senju, Neo, Tiger, Flame, Sasuke, Eye, and Giant. I like to start with Eye. I don't know why. He's a very fast enemy. And then I will choose Scapon. This robot likes making people laugh. So there's a manual here so you can learn how to fight. Kick, jump kick. It tells you the strength of each attack as you do them. Just throw my... I don't know what that is. Like fart? It's like a fart attack or something? Who knows? Let's see if we can get a demo of some moves here. A and B together. Konani-ran. Okay. Here it is again. No, I'm good. I know how to press two buttons at the same time. Scapon toss. Push front or back and A. Okay. So Street Fighter 2 style throws. And then Scapon roll. Hold on backwards. That's a charge move. We got charge moves, guys. Alright. I'm good. I'm ready. Yeah, I got this. Feeling pretty good about this. Oh man, the firewall hits on the way back too. Damn. That boomerang though. Decimated. Not quite Killer Instinct life bars, but Killer Instinct mid-round footsies for sure. The other problem with this game, something that does irritate me about this game is that there are no corners, so to speak. The stages will endlessly scroll in either direction. So if you have a turtling enemy, it can get kind of frustrating trying to hit them. Alright. We beat him. No, we didn't. We have to beat him 3 times. Alright, the Joshi. We'll see you later, man. Thanks for the follow, and thanks for joining. But yeah, I really like the animation in this game. Music is decent. It kind of shows that a fighting game is possible on the NES. If not, not optimally, but you could do it. And the fact that it came from Nintendo... Where's Scapon? Scapon for Smash 5, guys. Where is he? So also like Mega Man, when you defeat an enemy, you can use them in battle. So now if we were to fight Flame, we have access to Eye. And we can learn his moves, although I'm pretty sure we can figure them out. Don't really know how you're supposed to attack with that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Good punch. That's a good punch. Alright. Well, I don't feel like going through the demonstrations. But we'll roll with Eye here against Flame. Well, that takes some of my health to do. Eye suplex. Urgh. Okay, this is a little killer instinct. You get a little bit of health back between rounds. Okay. Sit down, kid. Pretty basic, though. You know, 2 buttons. Not a lot you can do with that. But it's enjoyable. Like, compared to Urban Champion or Karate Champ, TMNT Tournament Fighters is okay on the NES. But it's kind of neat just to play an 8-bit fighting game. It's a nice little piece of trivia that I like breaking out for people. Because it's not a bad game. It really isn't. Is it a Street Fighter? Is it a Mortal Kombat? No. Is it bad? Also no. That's pretty basic, Ronnie. That's pretty basic. Yeah, Sacrificial Toast. I can only think of those 4. Is Karate Champ, Urban Champion, Joy Mech Fight, and Tournament Fighters. Alright, we'll do one more fight. This robot is average at best. Well, don't sell yourself short, buddy. We got a zoning specialist. Is it better than Clay Fighter? I think I would get bored with this more quickly than I would get bored with Clay Fighter. But I enjoy playing this more than I enjoy playing Clay Fighter. I think the music is better. Yeah, the Master System has quite a few fighting games, actually. It's got the Mortal Kombats. It's got... God, what is it called? Masters of Combat? Starring Wingburger? Not starring Wingburger, but... all my local peeps know the legend of Wingburger. Fire Fury. Oh no. I got beat up. We were tearing through these games a lot more quickly than we were with the Super Nintendo stuff. God, yeah, there's like Kart Fighter, there's a lot of them. I wouldn't say that they're good. They're interesting. It's interesting to see those things on the NES, but unfortunately no one ever really... I don't think anyone ever really made a pirate game that was, like, incredible. There's some that are better than others. So that's half a Joy Mech Fight. Man, we were really tearing through these games. Let's move on to the second half of our programming for the evening. We are still in the import block. And you've been down too long in the Midnight Sea. This game is called Holy Diver. It's a basic Castlevania style, a lot more simple than Castlevania is. But it's got some good graphics. Diovania. It's got some good graphics, some good animation. Music is decent, controls well. But it is very Castlevania inspired. A little more demonic than most North American NES games, which is probably why it didn't get a release here, is because it would have required some extensive sprite redoing. But I enjoy this game. I think it's pretty fun. Another one of those games where it's like if you're looking for a little something different, you've played through Castlevania a billion times, you've played through Ninja Gaiden. Holy Diver is there. I turned myself blue. Okay, that's how you use magic attacks. Some health. I want that heart. Oh god, I thought it was gonna be gone by the time I got there. There isn't a whole hell of a lot to say about this game. It's just a pretty solid game. And I died. I was not paying attention to how quickly my life was draining. Randy times 2. It's double Randy Thursdays, guys. Okay, so yeah, we can get other magics, we got some items. There's some depth to this game. Yep. It is pretty challenging because of that, yeah. The attack height. Like, the fact that the base enemy in the first stage is Medusa heads. Not my favorite design choice from this game. But here's a meatball. There's like a meatball I gotta fight. That's pretty cool. I just phased through a brick. I don't know how I did that. I'm about to die. I'm about to miss a jump and die. I can feel it. Okay, the screen scrolls down. Oh my god, these meatballs. Alright, so we've got a boss fight on our hands. Oh my god, it's Papa Meatball. And he killed me in one hit. Alright, we're gonna use our magic powers. We're gonna use Twin Fire here. No, Papa Meatball, no! Damn it. This boss fight's pretty rough. I got my magic back, though. That's good. Alright, we're gonna wait for him to jump. Oh, why did I do that? You do explode very nicely. Not as nicely as a Metal Storm, but... Where do I continue from? Probably the beginning of the level. Yeah. Alright, let's try this one more time. Whore Driver. Ugh. There's probably like secrets and stuff all over this game that I just don't know where to look for them. Okay. We just played Isolated Warrior Wii Guy. Actually, we didn't just play it. We played Joy Mech Fight between this and Isolated Warrior. Okay, I think our strategy is to run from this dude. Haha. There we go. I think it's a little more frustrating, Bean, but that's because I don't know it as well as I know. The Castlevania I can play very well. Because I've been playing it since I was like 6 or 7 years old. Ah, there we go. I think we're wholly diving right now. Got the blizzard. Hell of Entrails. I got 4 Randys now. Oh. Already I have to do, like, pixel perfect jumps. That's brutal. Wait. Do I? Do I just go in this hole? Doesn't look like it. Just lost a Randy. Okay. New idea. Let's turn on our blizzard magic. Yeah, problem solving. Blizzard stops time and it freezes lava. Ooh, that was close. Ooh, this knockback is not going to be fun to deal with. Time to damage boost. Yeah, that would be helpful here. Yeah, definitely a lot of similarities to Castlevania. A little stripped down, a little simpler. But in terms of pacing and content, pretty similar. Oh, God. Alright. Holy Diver is in the building. Getting attacked by a baby meatball. Meatball Jr., we'll call them. Hearts and knockback, yeah. If you want to sum up Castlevania, there's a lot of hearts and there's knockback. You guys want to see me play more Holy Diver, or should I move on to game number 7? Reach the second boss if possible. I think I can do that. I think. I might just jinx myself. I am down to 1 Randy. Ugh. Oh yeah, we just got a new Randy. There's a new Randy in town. His name is Randy. Just like the old Randy. Got maximum life up. You know what? That doesn't feel like a necessary encounter. See? See how there's more of them? Hey, Blizzard. What? What? Oh. That's why. These things care not for time stoppage. And they love to just spray me with fire breath. So now 1 more hit and I'll be gone. Yep. Damnation. Pretty difficult game. That's the wrong magic. Oh, that was dumb. One thing that I would change about this game is the walk speed. I get easily frustrated by slow walk speed, and this guy moves at a very Castlevania pace. I would prefer if he didn't. But that's a nitpick for me. Some people might like the pace. I think there needs to be more meatballs. Not enough meatballs. 6 out of 10. The different magic spells are cool. It's a nice touch. It gives the player more things to do as they progress through the game. Like we talked about earlier, like having new abilities as you move on is a very rewarding thing that a game can include. Meatball Jr. Oh. Can't time stop arrows. Yeah, I think the Master System does have a Castlevania clone. I just can't think of what. I'm not too well versed in the Master System library. I know a couple dozen games, but there's a lot that I don't know of, especially a lot of the European stuff where the system was able to live for nearly 10 years. Or Brazil, where it lived for longer. Kenseiden, yes, there you go. Thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie is a smart boy. I do know of Kenseiden. Nah, that's enough Holy Diver. Alright, we're going to finish up the import block for the night with this next one. With the last official game released for the Famicom. And that is Adventure Island 4. This patch is so old. But yeah, whereas in the US we had Wario's Woods and Zoda's Revenge, Adventure Island 4 in 1994 was the last game released for the Famicom in Japan, officially. And since it did come out so late, it has more in common with Super Adventure Island 2 than it does with any of the other Adventure Island games. So instead of being a straightforward platformer, a la, you know, with a timer where you have to collect fruit, maybe you get a dinosaur, all that good stuff. Because this face is eating all the dinosaurs. Adventure Island 4 is a non-linear Metroid-style game. So we've got this menu here full of, what is that, 12, 15, 21 item slots. There's our map. And we're just gonna go out in the world and start exploring. Take this egg. Alright, so we've opened up a teleport. Oh, okay, I did take it. So if I just go down here... Check his legs. Yeah, his legs are... like 2 quotation marks. Although he has this really nice crouching animation. This game's got good music. I think it's fun to explore and find new abilities. You can be a little unforgiving at first. You see I've already lost half of my health. Oops. You don't need a hammer to play. I don't have a hammer. 8 fruits gets you an extra life, or an extra health piece of health. An extra health dog. Yeah, Adventure Island is difficult. I think that's the biggest problem. It's a really unforgiving game. I've seen people who are very good at some of the later ones, like Super Adventure Island. I've seen people beat that game. I've finished Adventure Island 2. That's the only one of the classic series that I've ever been able to beat. But I really like the later ones. I love Super Adventure Island 2 is one of my all-time favorites. Ugh. We got a circle. A compass. So I bet now if I look at the map, where is my Higgins? Where my Higgins at? Yeah, but I really like this sort of exploratory style game better than what the classic Adventure Island series offers. We got the hammer. So I lose my range. But now I make a beefy sound when I attack. Hey, Wursel. Yeah, this is Adventure Island 4. Let me go through my list of what you've missed so far tonight. We started off with Captain Skyhawk. And from there we moved to... I have this all written down, but I want to try and remember it. Street Fighter 2010. And then we played Kickmaster and Isolated Warrior. And then we started our import block, which we're about to wrap up here. We played Mech Fight and Holy Diver. So now we're playing Adventure Island 4. So that's what you've missed so far, but I will be posting this up to YouTube, and it will also be available via video on demand. Timer's a little slow. You gotta be a little strategic with it. It's slow, but the hurt box stays out in front of you for a while. So I can kind of like swing it and then run into enemies. Not really for a long time, just 2 hours. The thing is that like it doesn't take as long to go through what an NES game has to offer compared to some other systems. So I've been burning through them a little more quickly than I was on Super Nintendo night. I guess the other part is that I came prepared. I have my list of games in front of me already. So ha! When's the NES RPG block? There's gonna be some slower paced games later on for sure. Alright, I don't know if I can... I don't want to keep wasting my time on that mini game. I don't think I need the fairy yet, so... Alright, let's try that. Seems good. Destiny of an Emperor is a lot of fun. That's a surprising game, I think, for a lot of people. Did I put the egg here? It looks like I put the egg here. No? Ugh, excuse me. Pollen's a little high here this weekend, so my allergies are a little more aggravating than normal. There's also a Destiny of an Emperor 2, which is also pretty good. More max health. I think it is, yeah. I mean, it's more the Adventure Island series, not so much this one specifically, but yeah, as I recall, he really hates Master Higgins here. Wake up, fatty. Time to go make... Oh my god, I lost everything. PC port of Vanquish would be cool. You can message him real quick and see if he'll come in and be like, "Oh my god, this fat piece of crap! I don't want to see this game." Yes and no. I mean, Dragon Warrior certainly refined a lot of things, but Rad Racer is a lot of fun. I played that game a lot as a kid. Iron Tank is one that I think to this day I don't think I've played Iron Tank yet, so that's one that I'm going to have to look into. I know this game has a password system. Toan, yeah, we are pretty much getting surprises. I have a list. I just went through it earlier, but here's what I've played so far tonight. Another thing that I will have you guys do, since there's a lot of you here right now, this is a thing that I'm going to be doing every Thursday, I think, just to kind of give myself a break and talk about games and not overcommit to beating something, but just show off some games that I enjoy conceptually and enjoy playing, period, not necessarily to beat. If there's a system that you'd like to see me cover, or if you want to see a system that I've already covered again, I would love to know what you guys want me to play on Thursdays. Super Nintendo, Nintendo, N64, Genesis, TurboGrafx, PlayStation, PS2. You know, whatever. Throw out your ideas, what you want to see me play. And every Thursday, I will come at you guys with 10 games that I think you should play. Or at least that if you want to discover some new games for a system that you feel like you've played all the good games for, I want to show you what else there is for you to enjoy. Hello. Ah, there we go. Does not fill my health. Well, shit. Nope, that doesn't work. No, I'm not looking for game recommendations. I'm looking for system recommendations. I will be choosing the games. Yeah, low energy alerts are a pet peeve of mine too, Wursel. Alright, I just lost all my shit twice, so that's enough Adventure Island 4. Alright, so that was fun. I like Adventure Island 4. I just don't remember how to save my items, which is kind of important. This is a game that I probably won't be playing for too long up next, but it's a game that I do enjoy. And that is Tombs and Treasure. It's got very haunting music. Like, this game just inspires feelings in me. Like, I don't think it's necessarily, like, one of the best games, but it's a game that I associate a lot of, like, emotion with. Amiga CD. Man, I wouldn't even know where to start. I've never owned an Amiga, but I can look into it. Futus, I did play some SNES games last week. You can check the video on demand. I played some... It was not as structured as this night was, but there was a lot of cool stuff. And I'd be happy to go back to the SNES again, because that is a deep well to pull from. Wursel, you gotta pick one, man. N64 or Neo Geo. It's gotta be one or the other. Okay. A lot of votes for N64. That's good, I have a big N64 library. Bean says the Lynx. That's an interesting choice. Alright, so Tombs and Treasure is basically a point-and-click adventure game. Not unlike the Mac Venture games, Shadowgate, Deja Vu, and Uninvited. It's a little more complicated, though. it's a little more dense as well. It's easy. There's a couple points in this game where you can actually trap yourself. So I recommend, if you do play through this game, use save states. Use multiple save states. If you're going to go for a legit password style run, record multiple passwords. So you have a lot of menu options here. That's the big problem with this game, right? So let's see how many we got here. We got go, look, take, put, use, move, push, pull, smash, join, wash, wait, fight, and change. So you've got, what is that, 14? Menu options. It also has some RPG elements. There's fighting, there's leveling up in this game. Jose can tell me more. Right. Well, let's take all this cool shit. We got a lighter, silver key, a sword, it's heavy, a notebook. We can't take it. Let's look at the notebook. Yeah, it really is. I must have the sun necklace to continue. I found it in the warrior's temple, but it was too dirty to show the sun's position. So we got Mayans and we got demons, Tentacula. The puzzles in this game are pretty dense, Wursel. It's a hard game. If you're gonna try and do this without a walkthrough, it is very difficult. Also, when you click go, you have 6 options. That's Jose. He worked with the professor. If only we've been able to find the sun key. Alright, so we gotta go to the nunnery first. No, I don't. Go. Alright, so now we are here in Mayaland. You explore the overworld in an RPG style, which is kind of interesting for a game like this. You basically walk around. Yeah, you can soft lock your game in this Futus. I've done it before. It sucks. So the first thing that you get is this Ixmal jewel, and the purpose of the Ixmal jewel is that it is your password system. Remember, I do actually recommend this game. I think it's got good music. I think it's got kind of a haunting atmosphere. Look at that fucking password. 32 characters, and I do mean characters. Like, there's hardly any letters there. They're all over the keyboard. Alright. So it is a much more, if you've played through the Mac Venture series and you're looking for another game like it, Tombs and Treasure is a good choice. It will frustrate you. It will challenge you. But it's a game that I like. So now we're in the Tomb of the High Priest, and here we have to get the mosaic tile. We got a Scorpor. The RPG fights in this game are kind of fake. Like, you can, if you do things in a slightly wrong order, you can lose fights that you should be able to win. The thing is, basically the fights pop up at certain points in the game, and they're essentially tests to see if you've done everything that you need to do. Oh, I think I know what I need to do. Here's another problem with this game. You have 3 characters that each do different things. So here's an adult. Like, there's a lot of things to try in this game. I know that a lot of you are probably watching this and just being like, well, I'm never fucking playing this game. But, like I said, if you're looking for this style of game on the NES, there aren't a lot of options to choose from. And I think Tombs and Treasure, you could do worse. There we go. Yeah, worse. So I honestly don't have a problem with people playing this game with a walkthrough next to them. It's so dense, and I've done it with a walkthrough and still managed to softlock my game because you need to be careful how the person writes everything. I think I'm about to die. I think the ball court is one of the last places you end up going. But I think I like the music. I like the presentation. I like the story a lot. It's Hornskull. Can I just... Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with Hornskull. Pretty sure that I'm not supposed to fight Hornskull yet. The map here is pretty static. So I think it's like a 6x6 grid, and you can make a very rudimentary map and write down where all the things you need to go are, and that helps you navigate a lot. This is a game, my friend Joe, I've been friends with him since like I was 5 or 6 years old. But his brother was always into, it's El Slug. That's Spanish for the slug. So this is kind of your clue right here where it says it's hardly damaged at all. And I just got myself killed. Yeah, so the walkthrough I was using was like, oh, go here and do this, and then do that and do this. But make sure you do this for, like, after it said all that. Then make sure you do this thing before you do those 3 things. Otherwise, you'll get stuck forever. And I was just like, what an asshole. Yeah, my friend Joe's brother Mike, he was really into like games that required thought. And so he would play a lot of strategy games, he would play a lot of RPGs and puzzle games. And so games like these were games that I grew up being around because he would always be playing them. So I have a lot of nostalgia for games like that. But that's Tombs and Treasure. It's certainly one of the more flawed games that I've played this evening. But it is one that I do think rounds out a collection pretty well. I think it's a game not a lot of people talk about or even think about. And I enjoy it quite a bit, for all of its flaws. This is the year 2056. Someone or something has broken into the main defense computer and is blocking access to the backup system. Of course, if the program controlling our nuclear weapon systems is altered, our planet could be reduced to a pile of cinders in seconds. Conflict is unavoidable. The new image transfer system just now being developed looks like it will be our last hope. It allows a human mind to be converted to raw binary data, so you can travel easily inside computer circuits. But the conversion system is completely untested. If a human mind is changed into raw data, what form will it take when it's reassembled inside the computer? What changes to the psyche could the procedure cause? No one knows. This is Scott O'Connor, not a Dragon Ball character. Colonel Scott O'Connor. Well trained in body and spirit, and knowledgeable in computer hardware and software. This is Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Developed by Human. Published by HAL America. This game reminds me... First of all, that is actual 6502 assembler code, which I really love. Like, having learned how to code Nintendo games, that's actual code that you would use. I think that's a nice touch. But this game reminds me the most of Ninja Gaiden 3. Because of the backgrounds and the pacing of this game, the enemy design. But yeah, this is the game where the hair is the weapon. I think this is a good Ninja Gaiden alternative. It's much easier. It's got these cool flip pads. The animation is pretty solid. Yeah, nice touch. Yeah, the animation is really good for the NES. It's not a super challenging game, but it's one that I like playing. Again, if you guys haven't picked up on this, even though I've said it multiple times, walk speed is a thing I take into very serious consideration. And Scott O'Connor, Kabuki Man here, has quite a bit of it. Batman is another game I can see this compared to. For me, it's definitely more Ninja Gaiden 3, but I completely agree with the Batman comparison as well. Okay, can't duck that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about, Wursel. I'm trying to think of the game, though. So one thing that I haven't done yet is that I have these chips, and the chips power my ranged attack. So you don't have to get up close and personal to dispatch your foes. I have a Facebook message. This day in gaming history. No thanks, man. Phantom Fighter. Yeah, okay. Attention. There's a Kabuki guy in here. Biddly-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Sounds good. Have fun beating them up. Ah, damn it. I really like that platform grappling mechanic. I just think it animates really well. It feels good to do. There's a lot to be said for how a game feels, and that's one of the reasons why I like this game. Like, I think it's a pretty... Like, it's not noteworthy, in my opinion. Save for the fact that it's really fun to play. Like, it feels good to play this game. You know, like Castlevania, Ninja Gaiden, these sites of mechanics were done better in those games, but this game feels fun. It's an enjoyable game to play. Kid Chameleon, oh, there's a game. Oh, that's a razor blade, saw blade thingy. I have a lot of fond memories of Kid Chameleon pissing me off. This stage definitely has more of a Batman vibe. Yeah, same here, Wurzel. First time I ever played a Genesis, I had 4 games, because it was my sister's boyfriend's, and he let us borrow it. And he had Sonic the Hedgehog, he had John Madden Football, he had Kid Chameleon, and Felios. And so those are like some of the first games that I think of when I think of the Genesis, because those are the first games that I ever had a chance to play. Wee Guy, how do you do the Chips to Health thing? How do you go Chips Ahoy? Oh, and Dark Castle. He had Dark Castle also. So that was one of the first Genesis games I ever played. Yeah, Dark Castle is one of the first times I've ever seen an AVGN that I was like, no, I agree with that. I have no problems with what this man is saying. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I can see that, because I think you can attempt the final level of Dark Castle, like, immediately. It's just that game is impossible. Or it's got weird level skips or something, who knows. Oh, I'm dead. Game over. The fusion gun has been added to your arsenal. And we'll do one more level of this, and then we'll go to the last game of the night. So based on the answers I got from everyone tonight, I think what's going to end up happening is I'll be doing my TurboGrafx showcase next week, which is not going to be unknown games so much as it's going to be... the request that was given to me was that Indiscreet, who was here earlier, said that he never got a TurboGrafx when he was a kid, but he always wanted one, and he wanted to see what he missed out on. So I'm going to be showing off really some of the more well-known TurboGrafx games, but not necessarily like it's killer apps. Like, I won't be playing R-Type, I won't be playing Legendary Axe. It's going to kind of be my take, what I would recommend be played. And just like tonight, oh god, Darkwing Duck on TurboGrafx is so bad. Just like tonight, we're going to have some import games in there. That's going to be a pretty regular thing when I can swing it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it for N64 night. I'm going to have to mess around with emulators and see if I can get one working well enough. Because I do have a modded N64, I just don't have any import games. But yeah, the week after that, I'll be doing the N64 showcase. I'm going to have to cook up some games tonight that I would put on that list. See if I have the carts. If I don't, maybe I'll buy a couple games this week. Treat myself, you know? My N64 library is pretty healthy. I'm sitting at around like 120 carts out of 299. So there's definitely some stuff that I'm missing. This jump is killing me, dog. And I can only do that in the boss rooms, like we guys said. Another note about the TurboGrafx showcase is that I will only be doing cue cards. I'm not going to get into the CD stuff just yet. Yeah, so I take advantage of the fact that N64 is, and I say this is another thing that I say a lot. We're covering all the Radon catchphrases tonight. N64, in my opinion, is one of like probably the best system to collect for currently. I'd put Genesis on that list also, unless you're trying to get like a couple really rare things. And the same goes for the N64. There's a couple money carts for the N64, but pretty much everything is $45 or less. Like, it's really great to collect N64 games, because everything is so cheap, and the prices have not really gone up yet. So, like, I recommend if there's any collectors out there that are looking for a library that they can make really healthy, that isn't like a Virtual Boy or a 32X. My top 3 picks for systems people should be collecting right now, if they're on a budget, is N64, Xbox 360, and Genesis. I have a really nice feeling replacement joystick Wurzel, but I'm starting to dislike it because I think it's for Smash players. It's a GameCube style replacement, and it feels great on the thumb, but the sensitivity is just jacked to max. So like any kind of precision platforming or like first-person shooter games where you have to aim, really frustrating to deal with. Yeah. I paid $10 for that GameCube style one, so I would like to get one that has a bit more give to it. I say Genesis is one of the best systems to collect for, and my Genesis library is so small. We've got like 40-something Genesis games, I think. Yeah, replacing the sticks is really easy. I was surprised at how easy it is. Like, it's really... Tate modding was difficult, because once you actually have to, like, take the whole harness apart, that can get kind of difficult for someone who's mechanically declined, such as myself. But if you're just like swapping out harnesses, that's a super easy job. This is Scott. I'm a Kabuki person. Alright, we'll probably do one more level of this, and then we'll go to the last NES game of the night. I don't know what I'm going to play after this. Should I keep streaming? No, it's going to be almost midnight. I think if I stream past midnight, I'm just going to be tired. I kind of have to poop too, so I can hold that off for a little bit, but poop clock's running, guys. Plus, chat's died down a lot since the first few games. Wurzel's still out there. I think Wee Guy is still out there. Usually my chat doesn't need a lot of encouragement to be killed. It's really great when it's going, and then usually it's just like, I just take turns having conversations with a person, it seems. We Guy's here all night, baby. I got a text from We Guy, and he can chat all night. So before I get to the last game of the night, is there anything that you guys saw tonight that, Wee Guy, probably not for you, because I know that you're a connoisseur of NES games, but anything you guys saw tonight that you're like, I'm going to have to give that a shot? So I'd love to hear what you guys think. I think obviously with the NES it can be a little difficult to do, because while there are a ton of games, they've been covered to death by most people. Yeah, I saw that. I'm sorry you weren't feeling well, man. Yeah, Adventure Island picks up significantly 2 to 3, but it's still the same kind of gameplay. Adventure Island 4 is the one that is very unique. And if you've never played, I'm going to have to do it next time I do a Super Nintendo stream. I'm going to have to play Super Adventure Island 2, because that really is one of my favorite SNES games. And it's a shame that the Adventure Island series pretty much died as soon as that game came out, because I would have loved to have played more games like that. How do I hit you? Ah, there we go. Okay, this fight could be better. Kickmaster? Yeah, Kickmaster's a game that not a lot of people have heard about, but one that I try and make sure people know about. Can you wall jump? You cannot wall jump. Using the alternate weapons will help, but you can also just brute force it. If the pattern is nice, you can just brute force it. $8? Oh my god. I don't actually own a copy of Kickmaster, so if I found one for like 20 or less, I would flip my shit. That is a game that I definitely want to add to my list. My inventory, as it were. Alright guys, it's time for the last game of the night, and much like last time where I played Dragon View as the last game, I kind of want to do some slower paced stuff, some more RPG-ish type stuff at the end of the night each one of these streams. So I'm going to play Willow. Speaking of... Oh, man. Alright, this intro is pretty long, so we're going to skip it. So here's Willow Ufgood, our protagonist. The best way I can describe this game is that it's a Zelda clone with more RPG mechanics. You can level up in this game. There's a lot of gear. Not a lot, but a good amount. Some town exploration. So this is one of the games that I always throw out when people are like, oh, you know, Zelda's fun, and it's like, have you played Willow? And get some magic acorns. And there's my MP. I have no swords. There's my magic acorns. This is okay game. I like it. I do think that it's not as polished as a Zelda necessarily is, but I love the music, and I think it's very fun to play. One of my favorite things about this game is that you get good gear, but it's tied to levels, so if you're not strong enough for your gear, you can use it, but you'll swing your sword very slowly. And that's always a mechanic that I've liked. I don't know why. So it kind of encourages you to level up so that you can use your better gear more easily. Pacing-wise, it's a little slow. But it doesn't take very long to beat either. I don't know where the swordsman is. Is it this guy? Yeah. My name is Vonkar. Please take this longsword. So unlike Zelda, this game has random encounters, basically. So you'll know when you're about to be attacked. So yeah, this sword swing speed is pretty slow, but as I level up, if I continue using this lighter sword, it goes faster and faster. So yeah, whenever the background is windy like this, you know that you're in an encounter, plus the music changes. So we're gonna grind a bit in the forest here. We're about to encounter some more dangerous enemies than just slimes. Yep. Floating skulls. Alright, I got pretty beat up in that fight, so we're gonna go back to town so I don't get a game over. Ooh. Alright, so we just leveled up, so now we swing our sword much faster than before. Also, guys, tomorrow afternoon I'll be playing through Mega Man 2, probably on normal difficulty. Nothing serious, just a quick hour stream of me destroying that game for the 9,828th time. So if you guys want to be here for that, that'll probably be around 3 or 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And I might start Mario Kart after that. We shall see. These things from the movie, I don't know what they're called. I've seen the movie Willow like 3 times in my life. And every time I see it, I'm like, wait, there's this scene where they like sled into a camp? What the hell's going on in this movie? Capcom also made a Willow arcade game, which goes without saying is much more different than this game. See, now my sword, look at that. It's kind of a hard movie to understand. It is also a George Lucas film, so... Yeah, Willow Arcade's a side-scrolling platformer. Pretty tough, in my opinion. We played it once for one of our game nights here, and people got pretty good towards the end of the night at getting to stage 2 on 1 credit. But... it's a pretty unforgiving game. Oh, these guys are assholes. Here we are in the first village. Oh yeah, Vampire Killer is brutal. That game is so hard. We did that one for a game night tournament once, I think twice actually, and that game is just, it's rough. Well, we made it from the first town to the second. This game has a lot more to it. There's dungeons, there's different weapons you can pick up, but like I said before, I have to poop. My throat's a little raw because I haven't streamed in so long. I'm not used to doing this. But I'm going to call it a night because it is 11:59. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to send it over to A. Mackert, who is not streaming. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. I thought he was still playing Doom, but he's not. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to send it over to the Ghost of Owl Street, who is also speedrunning Jackal, Contra, and Renegade tonight. That sounds pretty interesting. So I will be back tomorrow afternoon with some Mega Man 2. and maybe some Mario Kart. And hopefully we'll be streaming some more this weekend. If not this weekend, then early next week for sure. And then next Thursday, we'll be doing our TurboGrafx showcase. So make sure you guys are here for that as well. Thank you to the new followers. Academics, H Waters, Mighty366, Grady and 123, and Dajashi Twitch. Thank you to Bean and Futis and Wursel and Wee Guy and all you people out there lurking. I know you're out there and I love you. And I'm sorry I didn't play more Nintendo games. I barely did 3 hours. I didn't even do 3 hours tonight compared to like the 6 hours I did with Super Nintendo. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, more games tomorrow, more streams forever. Friendship never dies. Adios.